Hello and welcome to Dressmaking Amore. I'm so excited to show you how you can sew your own beautiful off-shoulder fold-over top. This top was immediately a bestseller out of my sewing patterns, and I can definitely understand why since I've already made 5 different pieces using it. The design sits elegantly across the shoulders with lots of ruching that you can wear in different ways. The long fitted sleeves fit beautifully, and it can also be made as a sleeveless top, which I'll show you how to make towards the end of this video, and as a stunning dress as well. We'll be using the Evyn PDF sewing pattern, so to follow along, get yours at the link below in the description. Here are the materials that you'll need. And instead of a serger, you can use a zigzag stitch on your regular machine. Please refer to your instructional booklet that comes with your pattern to choose your right size and print and assemble the pattern perfectly, as well as follow the cutting instructions, and of course, all the steps for the whole sewing process for this top are in there. And for this design, it's really important that you use very stretchy knit fabric, something that has at least 5 to 10% elastane. Here for this example, I'll be using a rayon jersey knit. It's lightweight, very stretchy, and will drape across the shoulders perfectly. Here are the pattern pieces that we need. The 2 pieces for the back, the front unfold, and the 2 sleeve pieces. Okay, let's get to sewing. First, we're going to pin the back pieces right sides together to sew the center back seam. These pieces are quite long, so it doesn't all show on camera, but pin and sew the whole length. And the seam allowances are 8 mm for the serger, so after sewing, press the seam. Then press everything flat to get rid of any waviness, as we always want to be working with smooth fabric. Here we have the top edge of the drape, and we're going to take some clear elastic and place it on the wrong side and serge this edge so that the clear elastic is inside the seam. Make sure you're not stretching anything, just sew as it lays, and we're going to do this to both the front and back top edges. Here's what it looks like on the wrong side and on the right side. Now with the front laying in front of you, place the back on top, right sides together, and pin the side seams of the drape. Sew them using a serger overlocker. Now fold the drape at the side seam wrong sides together like this, placing the seams in opposite sides to minimize bulk. Then pin the drape to the top edge of the armhole. And do this to both sides. Here's the view from the right side and the wrong side. This is what it should look like. You can base stitch them together instead of pinning as well. Now here's our armhole and our sleeve. You want to pin the sleeve into the armhole, matching the center mark with the side seam of the drape. Pin all around the corner. Here it is. And sew as smoothly as you can at the shoulder corners at the top. At the corner, I'm stretching the fabric of the top a little bit, cutting off just that extra bit. Check your work as there should be no pleats at the rounded corners. Now we're going to sew the side seams of the sleeve and the bodice. So place the front and back right sides together and pin the side seams of the sleeve and the bodice matching the armhole seams. And sew. Here it's time to decide how you want to finish the edges of the sleeve and hem. You can use a rolled hem, a double needle seam, or leave them raw if your fabric doesn't unravel, which is what I'm going to do. First, I'll hide my serger thread with a little hook like this inside of the seam, and then pull the threads to tighten into a small knot and snip off the excess. Now at the bottom edge of the seams of my top, I want to secure them by making some back and forth stitches of the seam just like this. In this way, secure all the seams. If you've decided to make a dress using this pattern, all of the sewing steps are exactly the same. But now, let me show you how to sew the sleeveless version of this top. Here I have the front and back. The side seams of the drape and the center back are already sewn. And I also finished the top edge with clear elastic, the back and front both. And you want to make sure it's still stretchy. Now here we need a bias binding. So I cut a cross-grain strip that's 3.5 centimeters wide and about 40 to 60 centimeters long, which is the length of our armhole. As you can see, it's very stretchy. Using a bias binding tool like this, insert the fabric wrong sides up and use a pin to push the bias through. Now press it to form the needed folds. Now while pressing, stretch the bias a little bit, using a wooden tailor's clapper for cooling the fabric. And then fold it again raw edges inside the binding and press all the way. Here's what we have. Our prepped binding, we'll need 2 of them. Now fold the drape at the side seam wrong sides together like this, placing the seams in opposite sides and pin. Now we're going to baste together the drape and the top edge of the armhole, leaving it stretchy like this. Then, taking our prepared bias strip, we're going to open it up and place it inside and over the armhole edge. Pin around the whole armhole, and really sharp pins will make this an easy process. Make sure that the bias is going right in the middle evenly on both sides, and don't stretch the armhole while you're doing this. Now we can baste the bias strip to the armhole, catching both sides. Check that it's looking good. Now sew it from the right side 2 millimeters or 1/16 of an inch away from the left folded edge with a careful straight seam. Go section by section, evenly sewing all throughout. Finish with a back stitch, and here's how it looks. Now we can take out our basting threads. And now that we finished the armhole and the binding, press it from both sides. Then place the front and back right sides together and pin the side seams matching the top edge. You can sew first to secure it and then continue on the serger if you like. We sewed the side seam, and to hide the serger threads between the seam, I'll use a small hook like this, threading them back through the seam. Then turn the side seam to the right side and make some back and forth stitches to secure it. After this, all we need to do is finish the hem with your preferred method, like a narrow serger seam. You can leave it raw or make a lettuce style hem with a rolled hem. Beautiful. And of course, giving your garment a finishing press like always, we are done with our stunning Evyn top. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to sew this lovely piece yourself. I know you'll love it. You can get the PDF downloadable sewing pattern that I used at the link below in the description of this video, and happy sewing!